Hey everyone. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Episode 158. I think 158. It has to be 158. Hang on. Why would I start recording without actually knowing what the fuck I'm talking about? 158. Episode 158. It was with the low-hanging fruit. Lovely 3 hours or 3.5 hours, somewhere there. What did we touch on? AIs, Velma, Misandry. I don't know, I feel like we said a whole lot of nothing. It was pretty intense at one point. I know I got pretty angry. Timeshares, Japanese conservatism. I don't know. I'm only a third of the way in, but I'm releasing this just to buy myself some time. As always, please like, share, follow, subscribe. You know, don't worry about buying us a coffee. Just share us on your socials. Send it to someone you want to piss off. Anything. Tell them this is the benchmark for, you know, culture in Melbourne. These intros are getting more and more ridiculous. Anyway, enjoy.
There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
How about that?
Are you Muslim?
I was listening to the last one when he was like researching for that drag show.
Yeah.
And you could, like, I'm picturing what happened, and I'm just like you're just reacting to the audio, but like we were seeing like him typing it, and he was sweating away.
What are you talking about? I don't actually remember.
The last episode when you did the search on the drag shows
With the kids.
and I was listening to it, but I was
sodomy. The
sodomy.
Yeah.
I was picturing it because I knew what
Child innocence sodomy. That's the links I sent you. I've been listening to it all weekend.
Yeah.
I was listening to it in the car.
We're going to jail, man.
Oh, for sure.
I'm actually surprised no one's actually flagged any of the shit we've talked about. It hasn't been that bad.
Oh, you need to listen to it to
What do you mean?
flag it. People need to listen to it.
I see what you're saying. You're insinuating no one listens. Are you serious?
How many coffees have we been bought in the last 4 weeks?
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Don't know. Haven't monitored.
Oh, well, I just bought one, so.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, do you want?
No, what is it?
It's coffee.
I know it's coffee, but I'm saying, like, what is it?
Hunt and Brew. It's just milk and coffee.
You're always coming in with these, like, random bullshit brands that no one's ever heard of.
No, I like it because there's no sugar in
Actually,
it.
It doesn't even look like coffee.
I've got a question.
It looks like watered down
hang on.
concrete.
I've got a very
Well,
important
there's no
question.
sugar in it. It's not sweet.
You're the one
the
that
colour.
says that you always run hot. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a hoodie? I'm in a t-shirt and I'm sweating.
Because I've got shorts on.
So?
It's a perfect balance.
Yeah.
Shorts.
I'm wearing shorts.
Well, it was cool out on the drive.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
He had his aircon
Human ass.
blasting.
No, it's cool as out. Well, in the car when I'm driving, I don't know. It was cool.
It's like a fridge in his
It always it's like started.
icicles actually forming on the mirror, like hanging off. The stalactites.
I'm getting there. I'm getting hot.
I'm just saying, you're the one that bitches about the heat in here every time, and
Yeah.
you're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, well,
I'm sweating looking at you.
trust me, I'll be in my underwear by the end of this.
I don't want
If that makes you feel any
I
better.
don't want you in your underwear.
I think I got some holes in my undies too, so the balls are going straight onto the seat.
You're disgusting.
Well, that's what the reality is.
Okay.
I'm an artiste.
The artiste.
Anyway, I was gonna say he's going to Hawaii, by the way.
Going to Hawaii.
Where's the shirt?
What shirt?
He's not leaving yet.
now.
Oh, he's got to
In
wear the
April.
loud shirt.
You gotta get into the.
Oh, don't worry, I will. Next time
Oh,
I'll
okay,
be
alright.
He's
wearing it.
drinking pina coladas all day, every day. Like,
just sitting in the chair. If you like pina
eating pork and pineapple. He's got like rotisserie pork out the back just every day till he
One
leaves.
suckling pig, please. Skewered.
I asked you before, but I didn't really get the right answer.
Okay.
Why Hawaii? Why don't you go somewhere else? I know you had credits for whatever.
Because, I mean, that was kind of the goal. That's where we wanted to go last time, so that's kind of where we're going.
Why don't you do something else, like another island in like the region?
Another island from Hawaii.
Well, somewhere.
Yeah, like Pakwa or something.
I mean, we can always just fly over while we're there.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know,
made
man.
that up. I made that up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about.
There's other
appreciate you running with that, though.
Yeah.
No worries. No, but there are other islands. You
I
know
was just
that,
going to
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
'cause
You
you've
can just fly over. It's
Have you
like
been twice or once?
once.
Yeah. I was just going to say,
It was 9 years ago, man.
so what? Like, I'm going to Europe, but I'm looking at countries outside of Greece.
Is Hawaii? I'll probably go. Look, I'll probably end up going to Europe again sometime in the future.
Hawaii has like scammers, doesn't it? Or some shit.
Oh, everybody's got scammers every country. You
No,
go
but
to.
I mean like specifically for
Yeah,
foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In what sense?
I can't remember. I remember someone talking about how when you get to Hawaii, there's like some shit, like annoying shit or something that's
That's every
targeted
country.
for.
It's a lot of those. The condos, you know, the shared condos and stuff like
Timeshares.
that. Timeshares.
Really?
They'll approach you to go and like, you know,
Buy one.
like they'll if you want to go, they'll incorporate like
Just
free
Simpsons
tourist
flooding
stuff.
back.
You can go. We'll give you a free.
Imagine John turning up and they're like, come right this way. There's fucking, we've got a perfect condo for you. Yeah, timeshare, like some stupid price.
Like we'll offer you a free dinner.
Yeah,
Just come and have a.
$10 a day, free dinners, like everything. This guy's like, get mad. Starts throwing his bags into the guy's car. His siblings haven't even gotten off the plane yet. He's already loaded everything up. Guy just drives off.
Do you want to wait for them? No, you said free dinner. Let's go.
free. Well, that's what happened last.
They take him to the far end of the island. There's no lights, nothing, like just a grotto and a ghetto. Where am I?
Well, when we went last time, one of like, you know, like one of Dean's like one of his big things is Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
and so he really wanted to go see Pearl Harbor. So as soon as he was off the plane, it's like, all right, started looking at brochures, everything.
He hasn't even landed, and he's
Yeah.
already picking the itinerary.
Yeah, like you because it's just one of his things that he really wanted to go see. So I think it was the second day we're on the strip, and he's just disappeared. I'm like, where's Dean? And he's like in a little alleyway talking to this like Russian blonde woman, who's probably like 65, who looks like 90 because she's such a hard smoker. And
No, I'm Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
She's wearing the shirt. She's got a pineapple behind her. It qualifies.
And she's like, well, you know, free tickets to Pearl Harbor. And he's like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we come, Dean, what are you doing? Like, come here, come back, you know. And it was one of those share timeshares thingies. It was like free tickets, but first you got to come and sit in on this like 7 hour, for 7 hours, like a 2 or 3 hour presentation for timeshares.
Do you know what? I feel bad for the salespeople. Like, how do they do it? I wouldn't.
Because they make money.
They make money.
How? Who falls for that?
I know some people.
Old retirees.
I know some young people that have bought timeshares.
Really?
Yep.
I know one. Look, hang on. Wait a second, okay? Timeshares aren't necessarily a bad thing, right? It just depends where you get them and, like, you read the fine print. Because some of them are like, oh, here's the cheapest package you can have, but, you know, it guarantees you 100 days of the year. Then you look at the 100 days of the year and
It's winter.
it's like July.
When it's snowed
3rd.
in and you can't even get access.
Yeah. It's the shittiest day. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I get holidays from December 13th to Jan, 20th. No.
Is there anything in this fine print I should be aware of? No, you'll be good. No pork or pina coladas in the timeshare. What is this? I'm being scared.
Do not attempt to connect electricity to your unit. What? You get there, it's just barren land. It's just a shed. And there's a room with your name on it. What the fuck? No, because I know some dudes, some older guys that have bought timeshares, but they bought them like 20, 30 years ago. And they're not in anywhere remote. Like, it's not like in freaking, I don't know, Yarrawonga or something. One guy's got him down in Rosebud. So Rosebud's only like...
Wait, timeshares are a thing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we call them timeshares or we call them something
Yeah,
else?
they're part of the Accor group, mostly. Like, the ones that call me up were part of the Accor group, the hotel chain.
Okay.
But, so the timeshares are within the resort themselves, right? And then, like, you get credits, and they accumulate, and they roll over to the next year. And it depends how you use them and where you use them. Like, everyone's on a different scam.
The only thing I'm not sure is on like how much it actually costs.
It
Like,
works out
price-wise.
when you take them in bulk. Like this guy that I used to work with. This is the last guy I remember who used to do it. His one was in Rosebud, and he was taken off for like 3-4 weeks, like during Christmas, Easter, Christmas or Easter, and he was getting at least 2-3 weeks in over summer,
Yeah.
and it was working out to like $30 a day or like something stupid.
Oh, okay, so it's not like it's like 20 grand or 100 grand.
It costs money to get in,
Yeah.
but if you use it, if you actually use, because he divided it up amongst his kids as well and like in-laws and stuff.
Yeah.
So the way he explained it to me, it worked out to fuck all, and he was guaranteed a room in some of the busiest parts of the like because. Some of these timeshares are like interchangeable with like locations, so you could buy timeshares, but you can use them anywhere in the world as long as it's like in a core private.
Sounds like a very intricate grift.
It's a grift only if you don't use them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because then you're paying fees, and it just accumulates.
Yeah.
But the way this guy was explaining it to me was like the good thing about it is it forces you to take holidays whether you like it or not because you're paying. Does it make sense? And you're guaranteed like a place. Yeah, like in Gold Coast or whatever. Like somewhere where it would be high season, you'll have a room, you'll be paying a fraction of what you'd normally be paying if you were getting just a hotel room somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like you're forcing yourself to take holidays every year. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
It's only a grift. It's only a grift if you don't actually use them.
So we ended up dragging him away from that woman. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did he go last?
Yeah, we ended up going. Yeah, we went.
Would he go again? Is he that type of person?
Yeah.
What's at Pearl Harbor now?
It's Pearl Harbor's several locations. They've got the battleships that are still like in one piece. Then part of it as well was an actual stopping off at the actual base where it's like you can't take any photos, no camera footage, nothing because it's an active base. Then they'll take you onto what was it? They'll take you to the memorial, which is it's where one of the battleships actually sunk. And like there's people, like there's still seamen still buried there.
I was waiting for that to unfold and for him to just start giggling.
So there's and it's like
on.
a flotilla.
I've got to cut you off again.
Yeah.
You've taken off a Feeler hoodie to reveal a Feeler t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a fella singlet on.
They're on special.
You know what?
But I bought champion shorts.
I was going to I can segue to something very related to that, but I'll leave it. Continue with yours.
I've got one of each colour, mind you.
So then it's like a memorial there, like a little flotilla memorial where they basically have like this audio. I think it's
Pearl Harbor was attacked at the end of World War II, towards the end.
Well, that's what brought America into World War II.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was towards the end. Japan,
Yeah, like the last
but
couple
what
of
was
years.
the motivation for Japan bombing him?
So,
I love how we're talking to him like he's a historian. Here we go. This will be interesting. I should bring up the actual,
You should go on Rogan.
He's a bum from
So
Clayton.
tell me about medieval times.
Right you are. Now. The Crusades? The Caliphate? Paladins? According to Crusader Kings 3...
according to Crusader Kings 3. Oh, is that it? Who wrote that?
And then he starts throwing in his own lore, like his own character's shit. Like, Duke of Normandy. What? It's just like, yeah, it was Italian. Jamie, look up Normandy.
Oh, great.
World War II's not my strong suit. I don't know too much about it. I know a little bit.
It's too recent.
It's too recent. I need at least 1,000 years under the
13th
ground.
century or nothing. You know what I mean?
I know the basics, but
In other words, anything that's remotely close to present day and anyone can fact check easily, we can't do it. We need something that's speculative, you know what I mean?
I think it
Tied
has-
up in the lore and the myth.
it had something.
If the second number's an 8 or a 9, no idea.
No idea.
1776.
Continue.
It had something to do with.
Should I just look it up? Okay,
How about I tell you, and then you can look it up.
Prattle on. I'm going to look it up.
Take your educated guess.
America didn't want to get involved in World War II, just like in World War I.
Sure
but
they
then
didn't.
kind of got dragged into it, and they were basically. They even when we went on the tour, they were even saying it themselves that basically America was prodding Japan to kind of attack them.
Yeah.
They knew an attack was coming.
Yeah.
But it was something to do over shipping lanes.
We're going to attack you. No, you won't. Do it. Do it.
I dare you.
Something to do with
They
like,
had to-
I think it was shipping lanes or something. Same thing like with the China Sea.
Okay.
I think.
You let me know when you want the real answer.
No. Well, yeah.
And because I think America wouldn't let them or something like that, they kind of like forced, and then they forced to attack them, and then they attacked them.
But why wouldn't they just attack the Americans?
What do you mean?
If the Americans were like causing the problem and probing them,
They were trying to get them to be the instigator first.
right.
So then they come in like, oh, well, they...
Well, the logic there's a little bit flawed, but
Okay. When you do a Google search, and you know how it brings up the paraphrased answers, like from typical common answers?
Yeah.
The first one said it was seen as a preventative from allowing America to enter into the Southeastern wars that were happening.
So, yeah, something. I'm not
hang
too...
on,
yeah,
hang on.
yeah.
I clicked into an article, right? I don't know how. It's .org.uk.
Dim just did a, let me finish.
No, you got to let me finish.
You let me finish. All right. So Japan attacked the U.S. Pacific Fleet at its base at Pearl Harbor on the 7th of December. But what led to that decision? Why did the Japanese attack the USA? The answer is oil. Japan had been modernizing its economy throughout the 20th century and wanted to build an empire of its own. However, Japan lacked the natural resources to make it a reality, with all but 6% of its oil supply being imported. After capturing Manchuria, Japan became bogged down in a full-scale war with China in 1937 and had to look elsewhere for resources. Meanwhile, the USA was slowly awakening from its isolation. What isolation?
America's always been a nice... up until like World War II, after World War II, America was a nice isolationist country.
Really?
Yeah, they removed themselves from not world politics, but they just didn't get
And now
involved.
they've got their thumb in like every single person's problem everywhere. They've got more bases across the world than anyone.
Because it happens in history, like countries that kind of stick to themselves build a massive economy, and then they come out during kind of this war, like it could be a war.
Yeah, when
or
everyone's sort of
something.
splintered.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they came out and
Dominated.
like in World War One, they were they were there, but like they weren't the powerhouse that they were in World War Two. Of what they brought to
Yeah,
the
but they
table.
weren't even a powerhouse in World War II. They just came late to the party when everyone was already depleted.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like everyone had already died. Hitler was employing 4-year-olds to fight the front line. Russians were dying in the winter. Everyone was spread across Europe. Then the Americans just rolled in like, yeah, we'll clean up from here.
We got it here, boys.
Dying bodies. Dying bodies laid across the battlefield. Bang. We did it!
Well, I mean, there's a misconception as well. The misconception as well is that, like, it's Russia that did all the heavy lifting as well in World War II. Yeah.
They did. If Russia didn't stop Germany where they stopped them,
Yeah.
you'd be speaking German right now.
Not necessarily.
Well, sometimes we do, Scheiße.
Scheiße, jetzt throws it in. Eine Minuten. You know what always gets me?
Yes, my Führer.
You know what the best is? In The Simpsons when they've got Hitler in Brazil or whatever it is. When Bart's calling Australia, when it gets to Australia,
Yeah.
and the phone's ringing, it's like, Buenos noches, my Führer. Nevertheless, Wolfenstein, The New Order, like all those games
yeah.
that have like an alternative reality history, seeing what it would have been like if the Third Reich.
I like
yeah.
that. I like that. I actually like storylines like that, alternative history. Like, remember, like Freedom Fighters, where it's Russia took over the world. Then you got the Wolfenstein, like if the Nazis won instead. They even had the one with North Korea that came out, and there was 2 games of it.
Oh, the shooting game.
Yeah, it was a first-person shooter. I can't remember what it's called.
Yep.
And it's like North Korea somehow has the best tech in the world, and then they incorporate it in phones and all that, and then they take
Yeah.
over
I can't remember what it was called.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
It's meant to be a decent game.
Nah.
Wasn't it?
Nah, the first one was like, and then they brought out the second one, and then it was like, oh, this will be a bit more open world like Freedom Fighters. And then they just died in the ass.
Maybe I'm thinking a different game.
I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were thinking of
Pearl Harbor.
Titanfall 2.
Hang on. So when Japan
Maybe. It's on special at the moment.
It's always, I love that game, man.
It's a great game.
Titanfall 2.
does not.
I think I've told you about it before.
Why is he shaking his head? Don't get into it.
No, it's a great game.
Is it?
Yeah.
So why are you shaking your head? Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't fucking play games.
No, it's one of the lesser known titles, unfortunately. It like came out, barely anyone played it, but it's like it was one of the best
first one
games
was
of its
purely
time.
multiplayer only, but it was like.
No, it had story.
Oh, was there a story?
There
in the
was a
first
story,
one?
yeah.
What is it?
Yeah,
Someone explain.
I know
Both
there's a
had
campaign.
campaign.
What is it?
It's like
It's
think
a
like
first-person shooter.
think COD or something, like
Okay.
a first-person war game. And what happens is it was unique in a sense that you could like wall slide or wall glide, but at higher speeds. So it was a fast-paced shooter game. And then also there was a point where you could like the guns were very unique and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then
If you racked up enough kills or points,
you'd be able to summon this Titan, and the Titan was this massive machine,
like a mech.
like a massive mech
Drops
thing,
down, bang.
and each one had like customizable
Classes,
weapons
yeah.
and classes, and it was just all. It was great. It was a great game.
You jump in it, you wreak havoc. Then at the same time, your enemies can like I'm playing against you. It's like what was it like 6-on-6?
Yeah, it wasn't a big.
It's not a big like Battlefield like.
and there was a lot,
Battlefield
but there
game.
was like NPCs running around
Yeah,
shooting, and
like AI bots running around. It's supposed to be
it was
interesting.
way ahead of
You
its
call in
time.
your mech at the same time, so then it could be like 2-on-1 mechs, then 2-on-2,
While
then
you're still
3-on-3.
running around.
Then if your so you're trying to rack up your points to help out your team, and then if your team's mechs die, then it's like nobody has mechs going up against like a full squad of them. So you got to try and rack up.
You can
points
also
again.
jump in and out of it,
Yeah.
so the mech would like automate itself and follow you. If
Yeah.
you know, it was
really
it was
good.
way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
If
What
you
happened?
if you compared that to all the COD games, you'd play Titanfall every time.
So it released. The second one released the same week as Battlefield 1,
Yeah,
and
Well, I played the shit
Is
out
it-
of Battlefield 1. Never even heard of Titanfall.
yeah, that was the problem.
there was something else that released that was massive as well.
One of the CODs released their Advanced Warfare or something like
Yeah.
that, which was again their wall slides and shit. They incorporated the backpacks, but that was after Titanfall release. But
And that's why they left them, didn't they? Because they wanted to do a game with wall running and that.
yeah,
And COD said, no, get lost. So they left the
Yeah,
studio,
yeah.
created Titanfall, and then like 3 CODs later, they made a game that's exactly the
Yeah,
same. Like
which
Titanfall.
flopped.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, back to Pearl Harbor.
So I think the Japanese were wall running as well in the
When
battleships
Japan
there.
occupied French Indochina in
throwing
1941,
sushi rolls.
they sent out the sumos just to sort it out. America retaliated by freezing.
What a ridiculous premise
What?
for a war movie
What?
where like ninjas are throwing sushi rolls and you see like Star Wars style, you know, those massive droids, and they've got sumos instead just stomping. Like, what a ridiculous premise of a movie that
As
would
a
be.
movie, no. As an anime, yes.
Yeah, I can see
reckon
Ninjas
it.
it
with
would work.
sushi rolls.
Yeah. Just "Caw!" in the mouth. "Caw!"
You're an idiot.
Why? Just straight in the eye.
Getting strangled with udon noodles and shit as piano
Instead
wire.
of a Garrett, it's like
Why have you substituted a ninja's weapons with food?
because it's Food Wars.
It's now become Food Wars or
also-
Samurai Pizza Cats or something.
It's also
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's like you just substitute weapons. So it's kid friendly.
They're bringing back biker mice from Mars.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got into Biker Mice from Mars. I got into Battletoads. Remember Battletoads?
Oh, really?
It
Yeah.
was one of the best video games ever.
Yeah.
It was fucking hard.
Dude, biker mice.
They
were great.
re-released that, didn't they, on Xbox? They made a new
Did
one.
they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know about
Xbox One.
Okay, so udon wielding ninjas and sumo mechs.
Not udon, the yakisoba ones. You know, the ones that are real stringy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
hard,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the buckwheat.
that. Yeah, the buckwheat. Yeah.
What happened to just having ninjas? And why would ninjas be in like the front line of a war movie?
They wouldn't.
Oh, no one said. Hey, whoa! No one said front
Be
line.
clandestine.
I said
you know,
it's
just-
replaced with piano wire. You don't go up to someone, face to face, piano wiring them.
It's all subterfuge, Tim. It's all in the dark. And it has to be kid friendly because it's an anime.
Instead of acid, it's ramen. Kid friendly.
Kid friendly.
garrot, like fucking kid-friendly garrot.
Choke on your noodle.
Why, man? We're so going to get cancelled.
Why?
It's like I
We
prepared.
don't have a program to get cancelled. Do your worst.
It's like every week I prepare mentally for this to get pulled off, like banned.
I don't think we've said anything
Cancelled.
bad just yet.
This guy is doing caricatures of Japanese man.
Oh, I didn't even
With no
notice.
context,
I didn't
it's
even
just-
notice. I just.
It's so big. Yeah, it's because this has become second nature now. Like,
I'm subtle.
Subtle.
subtle, my ass.
Subtle.
You know, the representative at Spotify listening to our podcasts every time we do them, they're probably loving this.
There's no one listening to it.
I think we're going to check your email because I'm pretty sure we're getting sponsored or something.
Why we've managed to maintain and not be kicked off yet.
Yeah.
Probably Sushi Hub.
What?
Can we just get
Sponsor.
back?
Sushi Hub. Sponsor.
Can we just get back to this, please?
We envision a world where people are throwing sushi rolls and there's just $, $2. $2. Yes! Throw more sushi!
You've never seen a Yakuza game, have you?
No, I've asked you about
Like,
it.
they're ridiculously over the top, and that would be something very Japanese.
You said that.
That concept of
You
just
told
like
me that the games
replacing.
aren't worth playing. Because I liked Sleeping Dogs. I thought Yakuza would be right up there.
They're different because Sleeping Dogs was made by a Western developer, and
Yeah, but it was very Chinese. Like,
Yeah.
it was seamless.
whereas Yakuza is a very Japanese game, and just if you know Japanese games, like you know what I'm talking about. Like I got the new Fire Emblem, and any other developer.
Hey, wait.
Well,
Now that you just pointed it out, because I didn't realise until
I
you...
was sitting in the car waiting. That's why. I brought
Okay,
it, yeah.
all right, go on.
Oh, the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just I just realised there's one sitting on the table. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I was sitting
John is like a child. He can't go anywhere without being, yeah, exactly.
That's hence the
When he goes
sushi
to
wielding
dinner,
ninjas.
he goes to dinner with adults. Everyone's talking about the Dow Jones, market share prices, real estate, the war in Ukraine. John Cena's like just playing
What do you think, John? Yeah, to the gallows, whatever.
playing the last Zelda like on his fucking Switch. There's actually there was a Bill Burr bit about that. Do you remember it?
No.
All right, I'll find it later.
Oh no,
It's all right. I'll find it later. Continue.
I don't know what we were saying now.
Yakuza, ridiculous
Yakuza.
over
Yeah,
the top.
so with the new Fire Emblem, Japanese made. Okay, so this is with Japanese games, it's very obvious when there are borders to a map.
Okay.
You just hit it, and it's an invisible wall, and they're very like janky. Mm-hmm. You know it should be further up, like closer to the edge of the map, but you're like not even close to it yet, and you've already hit an imaginary wall, and it's just like the animation.
I think the scaling of things is like off or something.
Yeah.
So like you have a map or a mini map, and it might be zoomed in too much, but the object is zoomed out too much. So the scaling of where that actually is on the map is completely off. For example,
Not so much clipping, but even like there's an area in this game where in your home base where like there's a tree in the way, so you should just be able to run around it to the left. But you go there and you're hitting an invisible wall.
Oh, yeah, the invisible
and it just
walls, yeah.
busts you. Like it's very
Is that like doorways that are too small to get through, but they clearly look like you can get in?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or walk underneath like an archway that's got stairs. Oh yeah, I'll just cut through this. No, I hit it. Go
You gotta take the long way
it's
around.
got like a
Yeah.
hitbox.
Yeah, like there's and it's just very Japanese. That's all. So
So the game's not worth playing.
no, it's a very good game, but I don't like that. I don't like that for like the way Japanese developers do that stuff. And Yakuza's like
It's slightly
notorious for that.
lazy.
Yeah, but then they put the effort in other stuff that makes
Yeah.
up for it.
Yeah, like hentai and stuff.
Well, I was talking about like story
Why?
and gameplay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because they slip hentai into like their games.
Well, they don't put invisible walls there. They just go, it's quality. It's high.
Well, you know how with the Fire Emblem games, you know,
You're
how,
an
like,
idiot.
I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
He's an idiot.
What did he say?
That's what he said. He was admitting to being an idiot.
Continue.
You know what I never understood?
Ooh, he's fiery. Come on.
No. This is what I never understood about Japanese culture. Mm-hmm. Like, their sexual culture is like massive, right? Mm-hmm. Like balls to the wall.
Massive but private is the weirdest
It's
shit.
private, right? But it's massive.
Yeah.
So every fetish is accounted for. You can go buy like underwear from vending machines. Like it's so
Used underwear.
Used.
Yeah,
Yeah,
used.
remember?
Yeah, used. Right? You just said hentai, right?
Hmm.
Good quality hentai. No problem doing the most fucked up tentacle shit in animation. But their actual porn featuring adults, they blur out all the genitalia.
Yeah, because it's illegal to show.
How does that work?
I actually know this one.
Oh, here we go.
Go on.
I'm surprised you're the one with the answer. I'll be
No,
honest.
because it popped up.
Yeah, he reads them for the articles, man.
No.
It popped up. What were you
I sent it
searching
in
for it to pop up?
I didn't because
Yeah,
I sent it in a
know, I
thread.
know.
Remember, I sent it in a thread.
He got mad one day. He's like, I'm sick of watching censored porn. Why?
I need the answer.
I pasted in the thread like a year ago, and obviously they didn't follow up on it. It just popped up in my news.
When you say
and
they,
it
you
said-
mean us?
Yeah, in our thread. What did I say? I said in our thread.
Yeah, but you said obviously they didn't follow up on it. You're talking about me.
No, they mustn't have followed up on it in Japan. They were actually, the Japanese government were going to look at making adjustments to get rid of the
censorship.
The censorship.
Imagine
And
like the backlog
apparently
of
they
porn that
haven't.
comes out. Like
Apparently they haven't.
classic movies from the golden ages of like Japanese nudity. Just
So it popped up.
uncensored.
It popped up on my because I have just like one of those Feedly type apps that just get news from different countries, like
Yes, of
like
course.
the
Why is he nodding along?
what's that Indian one that I told you about? Oh, Times of India and the Al Jazeera one and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how I
yeah,
told you
yeah.
got that app that just
Yeah.
sources them? So I got one from Asia, one from
You
Middle
still have
East.
that app?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, not the Times of India one. It's just it's called Feedly, I think it's called.
Okay. And that just brings up articles from all over the world.
You select like continents and that, and it just happened to pop up one of them that
So
was
you're
from
not just
Japan.
going to news.com.au?
No.
Yeah.
And you select your interests, obviously. And this one came up as Japanese news that popped up. And it said that they're looking to remove it. Now, in the article, they explained why it exists.
Why does it exist?
After World War II,
Yeah.
after the Americans nuked the crap out of them, the Americans had say over it because it had something to do with basically putting the American fingerprint on Japanese culture. And pretty much the American government was involved with the censorship of the Japanese
But
porn.
Americans don't censor anything.
It was something to do to kind of have the Japanese culture kind of a bit more conservative.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would Americans be concerned with Japanese conservatism?
Well, they just bombed them. They were at war with them. They want to
Why
kind
would-
of
why would
mold
they
them
censor-
into their own.
Why would they go to censor their porn, as in like
don't know.
we got you sort of thing?
Well, why did they? Why would Mr. Kellogg try to make people stop eating steak for breakfast?
It wasn't steak.
The bristle, with all the trimmings,
No, that was because he felt that heavy meals led to masturbation.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they felt the American government had
cornflakes
some,
were meant to be a bland alternative to heavy breakfast.
Well, I'm guessing censored porn would be a bland alternative to uncensored.
The
porn.
best
I
part
don't
for
know.
me about it is that, they don't uncensor breasts, which is fine. I don't really care if people censor breasts, free the nipple. But they don't censor buttholes.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Buttholes are exposed completely. It's only the vaginas and the penises. That's it. And penetration.
Okay.
But you clear as day see a butthole. No problem.
I don't know what you're looking at, man.
A lot of porn.
What's wrong with you, man?
many we think.
You're not right. You're actually not right, man. Nevertheless, I'm going back to Indochina War, man.
Okay, you did it.
So, when Japan occupied French Indochina in 1941, America retaliated by freezing all Japanese assets in the States, preventing Japan from purchasing oil. Having lost 94% of its oil supply and unwilling to submit to US demands, Japan planned to take the oil needed by force. However, striking south into British Malaya and the Dutch East Indies, Jesus Christ, British Malaya and the Dutch East Indies. Every country's subjugated to other people. And this is 41. It's not even 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would almost certainly provoke an armed US response. To blunt that response, Japan decided to attack the US Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor, hoping that the US would negotiate peace. The attack at Pearl Harbor was a huge gamble and one which did not pay off. Though Japan took its objectives into the Pacific and Southeast Asia, the US did not respond as expected, instead of reverting to isolationism, the US geared up for a total war and Japan's fate was sealed. And then there's a YouTube video which explains what actually happened. So they just got bombed. Mm-hmm. And then they went full scale and started dropping bombs on everyone.
Yeah, and then I remember I explained to you how they were doing the fire bombings.
The what?
The fire bombings in Japan.
Yeah.
They were... I'm pretty sure I told you. I've spoken about it before here.
I don't listen to most of what you say, man.
Well, maybe you should start listening.
What'd you say, sorry?
He just gets his switch.
Just start hearing talking.
Speaking of which, I went to a bar the other night in the city, and there was a Street Fighter 2 machine, an actual pinning machine from back in the day.
Yeah.
Have you played Street Fighter 2 at a pinning machine, like an old school one?
Recently.
Not recently.
Nah.
Do you know how fucking hard it is?
Oh, I remember it was hard.
Dude,
yeah.
I couldn't get a what's it called? Shuriken up,
Sure you
man.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the angling and
Yeah. And then, man, I was using Ken for like ages. And I had 3 continuators I didn't realize. So I used Ken twice. And then the last one, by accident, I selected Dalsim. Got the shit kicked out of me, man. Dalsim used to be the cheat character because of his limbs.
yeah.
Trying to play him now, you can't.
Well, the thing is as well, then like something else is it an actual arcade or is it an emulator?
No, it was an arcade. Yeah. No, it was an old machine, man.
On the same foot, have you seen the footage of like one of the greatest matches they reckon ever on like the Street Fighter final competition tournaments?
Is it the same one that's always been?
Which one? The guy where he blocks every single
Ken?
attack.
Yeah, with Chun-Li, yeah.
Is it? Yeah,
Ken
that
and
one
Chun-Li,
there.
yeah.
He hasn't probably seen it.
Diego.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Who?
Diego.
Diego what?
It's like they do every year they have these championships for Street Fighter, right? And there's the well-known characters, like people that always are, high up on
High in the rankings, yeah.
And one guy was named Diego. The other guy I always forget his name. But there was 2 guys that were like the best of the best. And basically,
Was this Street Fighter 2 or like Alpha?
It was one of the ones where you get special
it might have
powers.
been 2.
'Cause you get the thing, cause
Ultra? 2
Yeah,
Ultra or
he
something
blocks
like that.
Yeah.
But it's Parry. You got Parry, right? And so what happens is, you can just fucking look it up. It's like 1 minute. But it's basically they're fighting it out. Chun-Li versus Ken. The Diego guy is playing Ken. And what happens is Chun-Li does her special. Actually, no, you're right. Yeah, because there's specials. So she does her kicking special where it's like 20
But
kicks,
he's dominating the match, I think.
No.
And then, but then he gets down to a sliver. It
Yeah.
reverses.
But she
and the guy
had
goes-
a heap of health still. She was at least half HP.
Oh, was it?
And he was like on a fucking bee's dick. Like he was actually on a bee's dick of HP.
And he went
If you
for the big
block,
finisher,
you
yeah.
die because you get that little, you get the recoil. So he's on a slither of HP. She's on about half, and then she goes for the finish. She pulls off the kicking ulti, which is the many kicks. And to parry, you need to parry within it's something like 1/16 of a frame. It's ridiculous, right? To parry one time is ridiculous. To parry like 10 times in a row back to back, it's pretty much impossible. And basically, he parried every single kick in that ulti, and there's like 20 kicks in it. He parries everything. Bang, 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 bang. And then he ultis back and kills her. And it was just the most incredible, ever.
Have a look. It's actually really
people
good.
go fucking mental.
Yeah.
It's gone down in history as like the most incredible feat of... Because in fighting games, right, it's all about frames.
Yeah, no, you're talking people are counting frames.
Right. So when you count frames in terms of parry, it's about... what attack it was. Was it a long-range attack? Was it a high attack? Was it a low... Like, you have to take all these things into consideration. And it's just the most ridiculous bullshit ever.
This one? Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Enlarge the screen.
Shut up.
Make it bigger.
Actually angry. Justin's turtle style. Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down. 1-0.
What the hell?
It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Justin.
Unbelievable. Daigo with the full parry. Kurikola with the combo and win. Evolution 2004. It's madness. It's unadulterated madness.
Yeah,
Crazy.
the amount of parries and the timing that it takes to get that perfect.
How do you parry something?
It's like back and it's like back in a button. I think it's like back in R1 or something like that. There's 2 buttons in combo, but to actually parry each kick back to back, you would need to think about so much in terms of
You'd already be doing the parry, the next parry. You'd already be pressing
as
it
before it's happening. Yeah, it's like people framed it in slow mo, and people still struggled to do it. Basically,
Hang on. So to get the parry, you've got to hit it literally as soon as... Like, is it different for each height of the kick?
Yeah. Each kick, each power of the kick is different. It's a different frame. So,
Yeah.
so one might be like, I don't know, 1/12, then one might be 2 frames. And so he had to know every single kick from high to low to medium
That was coming at him.
that it was coming at him,
Oh,
and he'd have to plan in
So
advance.
when you parry, you got to use the appropriate button, like as in the appropriate.
You have to
kick
use
height.
no, but the timing is different. So he couldn't just go back. He couldn't just keep
You
doing
can
it.
just go back,
Yeah,
back.
and
You have to
randomly
go,
get
like,
it.
back, and then just. But we're doing like 1/16 of a second or whatever.
Yeah.
And even one of them was a jump too.
And
Like
even,
a high kick.
he got the jump.
One of them was a jump, so he jumped up and
So
like,
he
parried it as
knew
well.
the last kick was a high kick. So all the other ones were low to medium, and I think there was a couple of high, and then there's one extra high that kicks you up at the end. He knew automatically that the last one, so he had to plan at the last parry to jump up, parry that one, and then go for the sweep kick. It's just the most ridiculous shit.
So hang on, is the loop the same every time?
For the super,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, the super
Okay, so he
kicks are the
basically
same.
learnt the animation he learnt the frame cycle that
Yeah.
well. We just knew.
But keep in mind, I mean, you have to learn that for every character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also a couple of different variations of ultimates that they can use. So to have that much information in your head, I mean, it's,
While you're counting frames and all that.
yeah,
and,
it's
I
because
don't
the
think
whole
anyone's been
because
able
the
to do it
whole
since.
game.
Yeah.
No. Since the whole throughout the whole game, right, while they're fighting, they're both counting the frames. They're both looking at each other and making that. The timings are ridiculous. Like their reaction timings are superhuman, right? So no, seriously, they are. They're not normal people. We wouldn't be able to face them because they're calculating. You've just high punched, and they're reacting to that high punch specifically for that frame. We can't. I couldn't do that, and I
process
played in
it.
professional. Yeah, so for him to do that, it was just like this feat of ridiculous. If there's like a whole breakdown video of it where they do the frame thing, and it's just if you listen to them talk about it, they're like, it's just probably never going to happen again.
So it's like watching like Maradona do some sort of run where he like out dribbles like 4 players just because he knew
Where they were going to be,
where the
basically.
players were going to be, blind passing to someone running in. And
It's like watching someone run at you, and you're calculating on the go where they're going to stop. He's running at 3 miles a second or whatever, and he's going to stop here when he stops there. It's just like it's the dumbest shit ever, but they can do it.
But we're talking about fractions of a second.
Fractions of a second. Like your reaction time is you can't stop and think about something else. Basically,
That's just practice. Yeah.
to a degree.
I was watching. What was I watching? Something, and it was like I was some doco on human development or something, and they were just saying how everyone generally has the same capacity to get good at something as long as they practice.
To a degree, I think.
I mean, obviously there's natural born athletes,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
whatever
genetics. And,
You know what I mean? Yeah, but like pool. Take pool for example. You could teach someone to hit a break properly and then just play the same shot over and over and over again and over again.
Yeah.
I was reading about Tsitsipas, the tennis player that's in the thing now. They say that his favorite shot to play is the one-handed backhander, and the only player that's played it to that degree as of late is Federer.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Have you tried hitting a tennis ball with one-handed backhander? It's insane.
doesn't feel right.
No,
It feels weird.
It's like you need the complete composure, alignment, and it's just the follow through is just ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm watching like slow motion Tsitsipas like backhanders. Like I looked up the best 20 that he's ever had, and it was just like this guy's incredible. Like how? Then I was looking into his development, and both his parents are tennis players. I think one of his siblings are tennis players as well. Trained from like 3 years old. Like, do you know what I mean? At 3, he was hitting backhanders. That's not superhuman. It's just the guy's been conditioned since he was 3 years old and he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But you have to have, I think you have to have the patience and capability within your brain to be able to do it to some degree. Like, for me, maybe I could learn tennis because I guess with enough conditioning you can practice it. But there's probably certain things that I just couldn't do in terms of reaction time because, well, naturally, if something's happening and I don't have fast enough reaction time, I don't think you can get better. You just get worse with age at reaction time.
At age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you bring out the physicality of the fact that you can't run the way you could when you were 10. It's like basketball, yeah?
Well, I mean, there's a prime of your life, I guess.
About 5-6 years ago, I had a mate of mine I used to work with, and we started having the same shifts at work. So then we started going for shoot-arounds at the just indoor courts in Melbourne. And we both had history of playing basketball, right? At least, like, not professionally, but competitively, right? And we got out on the court, and neither of us had played for, like, ages. And the first like month, we were dying, like unfit, and just our shot formation, all that sort of stuff, like was just out of whack. After about 5 months, you could see us getting better. We were landing more shots,
of course.
you know, from all over the court.
Yeah.
Technique, form, all that was starting to come
The more
back.
you do something, the
better you get.
better you
But
get.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, like these guys that play like frame counting Street Fighter, do you reckon that's just extreme practice, or these?
There's intelligence there as well.
Yeah. I still think you need...
Just like with physicality of a physical sport.
Yeah.
You'd be physically like gifted in
You can't be a weightlifter without...
Yeah, you
having
don't
the
see
physique.
like a 50 kilo weightlifter.
Yeah, you do.
Men's.
Dude, Piros Dimas, that Albanian Greek, he set a world record. The guy's in the Olympics.
I'm just getting at the fact, like, you know, real skinny dudes, you got to be jacked to do weightlifting, don't you?
No, you just got. Well, you don't have to be jacked. You just got to have like.
Let rephrase the... Think world's strongest man competitions.
Okay.
All right. You can't be the world's strongest man as a 50 kilo, you know. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, hang on.
There's a certain physique behind the world's strongest man. You know, they got the big fat gut, the powerlifting gut. Without that gut, you're going to kill yourself.
That's all muscle, man.
I know, I'm just saying that gut is what protects a lot of them from breaking any spines.
Hang on. Piros Dimas gold medal.
This is going to be some pathetic old excuse of a...
What do you mean? He's Greek. This guy was like a champion. Hang on. Was it 2000? No, it wasn't. That was 96. That was the main one. I think so. Yeah. Dude, this guy was like Greek Albanian, and he represented Greece, and he won the gold medal.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
How much does that weigh?
We'll find out.
$213.
213. Have you seen Eddie Hall's 500 kilo lift?
Yeah.
Where he bleeds out of his nostrils while he's lifting? Eddie Hall?
No.
500 kilo. He set a record, world record.
Who?
Eddie Hall.
Oh.
He literally pisses out blood out of his nose. His eyes turn milky white during the lift.
Okay. This guy.
Under that immense pressure,
Yeah.
your body, like...
Yeah, there's the guy that blew out his bowels. Do you remember that guy? It was
do
one of the
remember that
original, like, internet, oh my God photos.
Yeah, I do remember that guy.
He had the weight belt, and he was trying to do a deadlift, I think, or something, and he literally blew out the whole back
Blew
of
out his
bowels.
sphincter.
It was bad. Well, dude, Piros Dimas, this guy, he weighed 83 kilos, and he's 173 centimeters, so he's slightly shorter than me. I'm 178 or something. I'm not tall. Like, I'm literally average height.
Yeah, I'm 178 as well.
No, you're taller than me.
No, I'm 178.
Really? Oh, I got my height measured at the chiro like about a month ago. That's why I remember it. So this guy is shorter than me, weighs like 20 kilos less than me,
But I mean, he's lean as fuck.
and he lifted jack 200 kilos above his head in a clean squat, clean lift like that. Yeah, he's not jacked. He doesn't look like Arnie.
No, but he's lean as shit. He's muscular lean.
Exactly, that's the difference.
What
Wait,
I was getting at was
Hang on.
you can't be a stringy weightlifter. That's all I'm getting at.
Eddie Hall, 500 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
He had the fight with that Norwegian dude, the Thor dude.
What is he, an MMA fighter?
No.
Eddie?
Is Eddie Hall?
No, he's the world's strongest man
He's just
competitor.
he's a weightlifter, but he was giving shit to this other dude who's like a massive unit.
Well, no, that dude gave him shit first. He
Did he?
started, yeah.
I liked watching
He
this guy get knocked
called
out.
him a cheat or some shit at one of the competitions.
Yeah.
Is this the one where he bleeds?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it from here. They did a documentary where they zoomed in on his face and his eyes go grey.
Why would they go grey?
Apparently your body panics and it switches off certain pigments and shit when it's under immense pressure. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime event where it happens. People couldn't actually explain the phenomena that happened.
500 kilos, man.
It'd be like just like a large amount of pressure just in your
Yeah.
whole body.
Yeah.
Bang, instantaneous.
Yeah, that's why the blood came out.
Yeah.
It rushed up to his head
Look at
and it
this
just
man.
overloaded.
Look at the bar.
Yeah. Can you see it? I don't know. You can
Nah.
just kind of see the dark side of his
Yeah.
face. But it just like...
Dude, 500 kilos. How?
And that's been beaten now. I think 510, 515, something like that.
Who beat it?
Someone not as big as him.
Really?
So, yeah. I think it was maybe another Norwegian guy.
Talking about other historical records. What's our...
Why?
What?
Nothing.
What's our perception of History of the World Part 2?
Yeah,
Ah,
nah, man.
Do you think they're going to do Hitler on Ice?
As in what they followed up. Jews in Space, Hitler on Ice, a
'cause
Viking funeral.
Well, that's what was insinuated that would be in the second one.
No.
I don't think they will.
I didn't see a single thing funny in that trailer.
Yeah.
No.
It looks like they're time travelers in this one. Because there were like people that were dressed normal in the past and then in the future. I don't know. And it was the same person.
No, I can't. I'm actually... Why would he do it?
I told you what I thought, didn't I?
Mel Brooks?
Yeah.
No.
Because this for sure would have... Because he had a resurgence just before COVID started.
Right.
And he had his stand-up, like his specials where he was being interviewed and he did like a night with Mel Brooks and he's singing and telling stories and stuff like that. And I reckon that resurgence, they would have approached him to do a second one.
Yeah.
And I reckon they filmed it pre-COVID or just as COVID started up. And they've been sitting on it like they've been sitting on like the Maverick,
Avatar.
the Top Gun movie and all that. Like they've been
It's sitting on
it.
Avatar for 5 years.
They just use. I think they've used his name. Yeah, exactly. They've used his name to basically get some material out, and I don't think he's directed it. They haven't said who directed it yet. And if it's that Wakiki guy, yeah,
It's over.
with him attached to anything, I refuse to watch it.
Just because of the jokes that I saw in the thing, Wanda Sykes and all the other crap, I just went, nah, man. It's not funny. It's woke. It's woke crap.
It's a
I
recurring
hope it's
theme.
not.
though.
I hope it's not.
No, I
It is.
think it is.
It is. They've ruined everything. It's just woke. And Mel Brooks' movies were anything but woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They leaned in on like the stereotypes of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just that whole Wanda Sykes.
No
thing.
one was safe.
Like say how the hell are we even like enslaved by you or whatever? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, man. Like yeah, every white guy, every slave owner in the 1700s or whatever in America were all dumb rednecks, all of them. No intelligent people whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude, like calm down. I don't know. I can't. It's woke. As far as I'm concerned, that's the end of that, man.
Velma?
Oh, if you want to.
Oh, Velma. Yeah, that.
I like how this is something I want to seriously ask, all right?
Oh, I've done something wrong here.
Because I've noticed a bit of a trend, and I don't know if it's that you guys just don't get around to posting the links, or you guys are just a bit later to seeing this stuff.
Some of
I
us
always
at work,
see-
John.
But you still read your phone, the news and stuff, don't you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I use my computer for that.
You just get to your point.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Attitude.
I reckon, man.
Did you see? I love he looked at you but pointed at me like, did you see that? It's like he's like Jake the Muss or something in a pub. He's going to start a brawl. You know what I mean?
Get some milk for the boy. Get some milk. Some chocolate milk?
No,
Doesn't he say some milk
says
for the...
his mate? Oh, he's when he's at the bar.
Yeah.
Bumming 6 milkshakes, eh? Easy on the ice cream. Yeah, that's what you get.
I just noticed
Beaten by headphones.
there's videos, shorts, links that you guys tend to post. I don't know if it's just you guys don't get round to it, or you guys see it at least 2 weeks later than
Make
me.
your point.
What do you mean?
A lot of the links to shorts and videos that you guys see, I see those like 2 weeks earlier, but I like just don't post them because I thought,
That's not
whatever.
very nice, but yeah.
No, but then I noticed you guys tend to post it in there
So what you're saying
afterwards,
we're
like
slow?
2. Yeah,
So for me, there's
Wow.
a
bit slower to the news cycle, mate.
Well, there's two
I don't
things
know.
for me. Two things for me, right?
Okay.
So one is I see it the first time,
Yeah.
and I think, is it worthy to post into? Can I be bothered sending it to my phone or somewhere else that I can
Why
access?
don't you just get the WhatsApp app and you just send it through the?
I
computer?
do. It's just I can't bother opening it half the time, and I mean it's always open, but so I contemplate: is this worth sharing into the group?
Yeah.
And then a week or two later, it'll come up again.
Comes up again.
and I'll be like, There's no one else posted it. You know, it's probably worth putting in there.
I'll see it. I'll see a link, and I'll ignore it.
Oh, you're off the table. You never look at anything we send.
Because you people post shit like every 4 seconds. Like, does anyone work?
Because there's good stuff to look at.
Good stuff. Yeah, exactly.
I would actually say...
Hey, you don't have the monopoly on work.
I never said I did.
I'm just so busy.
I'm just so pissed.
There's a lot of stuff on... You know what?
There's...
Oh, God. Here we go.
No, it's okay.
No, what?
Give me. Give me. Give me.
What? You've gone that far now.
Give me.
You've cheated me like a child.
It makes it too specific to job industry. That's okay.
Oh, God.
No one will relate because they don't have jobs.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
All right. I should install the WhatsApp app on my computer.
Yeah.
It would actually save a lot of time.
It just pops up every time.
Yeah, you close it and it still pops up.
Yeah, you
I
close
should do
it completely and it still pops up.
Notification. I'm in a meeting on a Zoom call sharing my screen. Please go away.
And then it comes up Minecraft
Yeah, Minecraft.
with a little German flag.
It's happened twice.
Oh,
it's the most annoying. It's just ridiculous, honestly.
You can't do something within the
You can.
sharing to
Probably.
Turn off
Pop-ups?
notifications or whatever.
No, but I don't want to
blur.
turn them off.
Because I've seen like pop-ups blur sometimes when people.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
All these OnlyFans links just coming
No,
up.
just because you get a pop-up and it just blurs it, so you don't know what it is. Like the person.
You know, it's the most awkward thing. If I'm doing like a video call with like another company, right, and I'm sharing my screen, and they'll be like, "Oh, can you just show us some of the assets, whatever?" And I'll just be like, "Yeah, one sec," and I'll drag my window over to the second monitor that's not being screen shared.
Shared.
And you know when you press open, it opens up the folder that you last sort of opened. So I'll be like, "Oh shit, what's on there?" So and they're just sitting there like, "Is everything all right?" Or I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just, you know."
Get a million folders to sort through.
Every time
Thumbnails on large, very large.
they are
Extremely large icon.
they are on extra large. Yes.
Why is it? Can I ask a question? Why is it OnlyFans is now being normalized as a normal job?
Can I? Okay, I'll give you an update on OnlyFans.
Oh, that your account.
Oh, yes.
Right. So I stopped using it after that time.
Sure you did.
Sure you did.
Like it's active.
Sure you did.
I haven't paid for anything, right? So one thing that I've realized is how what's the word for misogynistic for females? There's a word misogynistic,
Misandry or whatever.
misandry.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
How misogynistic OnlyFans is, right? Because they prey heavily on guys who are lonely. Misandry?
Oh, yeah.
It is misogynistic. Hard. Hard. And if you look at... So they fool people, right? In a sense that people think that they're talking to... And some of them do, but majority don't. So people think they're talking to that OnlyFans girl, right? Some of, like the lower count ones who are just starting out, definitely...
I would assume the established ones that are big names,
They hire people.
people will be hired. They
Yeah.
probably have like people doing stuff for them.
And you know, it's so bleedingly obvious when you follow a bunch of them because they DM you non-stop, right? Every like hour you get a, "Hey, I've got new pics. I love you." You know, like all this really just degrading shit. They always say like how much they want you, how much, like it's really,
Yeah, babe,
it's
what are you doing?
degrading as
Come and hang
shit. Yeah. And they're trying to talk, and then so they'll use specific emojis, specific pictures, whatever, specific language, right, to try and get your attention. There's a science that they've already worked out behind this to try and get hit rates, right? And then the next person, completely different person, will have the exact same message.
Oh,
So it's the one
It's a
person
template. It's
that
a
they're-
template.
Well, either that or they've hired like
the same moderator or
or
something.
Yeah.
bots. They're just called bots.
Oh, I don't think it's bots because they do talk to you.
Yeah, but dude, AI, man. I know a number of people with businesses that have got AI set up for like chat windows. You couldn't tell that it was a computer talking to you. It's not even like that old school, "Hey, how can I help you today?" It was literally like personal message, la la la. Do you
No,
realize-
because
dude,
these ones you can ask them for a photo
you
and they'll
have
send you one.
any idea how powerful bots are these days?
Yeah, I've
Like
been using
AI.
Chat GPT a lot.
Yeah, a guy says a guy I know,
I've been using it a lot.
a guy I know has suggested me using it for some of my work where I
Yeah.
need to constantly come up with creative writing and things like
Use
that.
it. Have you tried it?
The paid ones, not the free shit.
No, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The OpenAI thing that everyone's talking about.
They're ridiculous, man. It is so powerful.
He hasn't tried ChatGPT.
What?
Who, him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
ChatGPT. You have to write it down, go home, look it up, use it.
ChatGPT.
It is the most powerful AI currently exists on the planet. They've had to roll it back multiple times because it's scarily too smart. They've shut it down 3-4 times since November.
He made it.
Elon Musk. He owns OpenAI.
Of course he did.
So what happened was they released this.
Did he buy it or did he?
He bought it.
invest
He bought
in
it, and since a couple of years now or some shit, he's been developing to a specific direction. What they did was they released it for free to public to test.
I think
right?
I know what you're going to say.
In November. No, I'm not going down that path.
Okay.
And
He
what
already
people
knows.
were doing was obviously building hacks, malicious code. They will build like the thing will build you website code, customized CSS stuff, all like everything.
Yeah.
It can build you apps. It can do anything you ask it to do. There's nothing it won't do, right? So people were building all this shit, and they're like, okay, we've got to shut this down, roll it back because it's building bots and hacks and algorithms that are way too complex.
They're malicious. They can be used for malicious intent.
Right. So they shut it down, fiddled with the algorithm, and then it stopped giving out code for malicious stuff when people asked for it, right? Common sense. Cool. Then in December, like late December, they brought it back in, and it was so you could still get code off it. You could still build sites, but it wouldn't, if you tried to like talk to it about, bad code or malicious code, it wouldn't give it to you. And then people started doing a workaround where it would give the AI a logic that the logic would then ring true to the AI when it thought about it. And so then it would spit out the code anyway, right? So then they had to shut it back down and then dumb it down again. And then basically people then, so they removed code altogether, right? They got rid of all the code. And basically people were just doing everything. Like they were automating their jobs. They were, like it made news.com.au irrelevant. It made all the journalism sites irrelevant. It made a massive number of jobs irrelevant. If this thing gets out in the real world, 100%, most people will lose their jobs. Most people will lose their jobs. It's that smart. You can ask it anything, and it will. So the current version is web crawled, which is like they send out to get all the data, to September 2021. And it will tell you whatever you want. In a complex, you can ask it for an essay or you can ask it for a short sentence, whatever it is, but it's complex as fuck. And it writes it all itself. It thinks of what it needs to say perfectly with perfect punctuation, grammar. Everything is down to the T. There are no mistakes.
Mm-hmm. What is the meaning of life?
Why would you...
It ends.
No, but I mean, it's...
That's what triggers it. And all of a sudden, Skynet.
Dude, it is incredible. It is incredible.
If it's that incredible, get it to cure something.
Well, you got
Get it to cure COVID for us.
You have to keep in mind. So the
Herpes.
the current
Start small.
Start small.
like,
Herpes.
I asked it, right?
Hemorrhoids, actually.
I went.
If it's that
What do you mean there's
impressive,
cream for that? Just put the cream on. You don't need a cure.
I want a one-all tablet.
This guy I know bought a used car. Next year, boom, herpes.
No, you can ask it pretty much anything.
Yeah,
So-
but hang on. Let me just get this right. I mean, I get how it works, right? It just basically trawls the information of the universe out there.
Everything.
And just
Everything
like,
that's available to it, yeah.
So then why couldn't you just ask it something like, where's Jimmy Hoffa buried?
you can.
Yeah, and then what's it spitting out? What, you want to do it now?
I mean, I haven't asked it that specific
How
question.
many gunmen were on the grassy knoll?
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying.
It will pull. So what it does, I believe, right? It pulls every piece of data on the internet available, wherever it is. Doesn't matter if it's closed behind door. It just pulls everything. And
How's it getting access to shit that's offline? Like,
because you can get access to most things. Have you ever tried to use a Google Home?
no.
Automatically, it knows what's in your house. And automatically, without passwords, you can connect everything to it. It is the most scary shit ever. I bought a Philips Hue, right? Those nice little glow lights, because it's too dark when I'm awake.
What the frick's little Philips Hue doing with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on it?
Right, but they're password protected through the app.
Yeah.
And as soon as I turned it on, my Google Home was like, "Do you want to connect your Philips Hue?" And
Why does that? Yeah.
Do you know what's creepy?
Yeah.
The way he just explained it, I'm picturing literally like a man's voice. So this guy's pulled this Philips Hue out of the box. Shiny, it's like looking at it. Where's the on button? And then like 4 seconds later, hey buddy, do you want to connect the Philips Hue? This guy's like, what the fuck?
don't worry, I'm a bot. You don't sound like a bot. Nah, don't worry about it. I'm a bot.
Yeah.
Just press OK. Don't I need to put a password in? No, just press OK.
It's just like,
I don't want it. I'm just going to
As soon
cancel.
as he presses yes on the Philips Hue, you have lost complete control of your household.
The light goes red.
Yeah.
I think I set it to white.
dear civilian. Literally.
Starts playing the
Please
Russian.
keep calm.
The Russian.
Stay in your house of residence. Stay in your.
Do not attempt to.
Do not attempt to leave your house. That's how it does. It takes over the world through the Philips Hue.
Hello, comrade. What? We have a mission for you.
Oh, because you just said that. Did you hear about that joke that Russian minister said?
No.
It's something in Russia just now, and there was this Russian minister, and it was a joke, but it was like such bad taste in front of cameras and everything. And he was reading like it was like as if like it was a wish list from a Ukrainian child, and it was like, dear whatever, we need missiles in Ukraine or whatever, something like that. And then he goes, "Don't worry, child, the missiles will be coming soon."
Oh, Jesus.
And then there's another minister behind him, like, "Oh!" I can't believe he just said that.
Oh.
Right.
Anyway, ChatGPT.
Anyway.
Try it. Seriously, try it. I've wasted a bit of time on it, and the complexity of the text that it gives you, you can ask it to rewrite it, you can whatever. But, I mean, people are now using it to do their school essays.
They're trying to get workarounds. And is this to do as well with all that art? That
AI-generated art.
is this linked to that, or is
No,
it different?
it's different things.
Have you
but-
seen that art?
Yeah.
What do you reckon about it?
Did you see the Family Guy one?
Yeah.
That was weird.
I mean, it's good.
How did they create it? Is that again just taking images and?
So, from what I've seen, or at least one guy that I met, he uses it, and he was saying that he does like a sketch or something and then feeds it to it, and then it basically builds out what you tell it. So it's, if you want like a house on a hill with the ocean background and a sunrise, then it will just
Yeah.
and it builds out. And it's, it's perfect.
But where did this sudden leap come from? Because it was like
I feel like
a
it's
year
just
ago.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah, like a year and a half ago or a year ago.
So AI tech has been like developed for a long time now, but it hasn't been mainstream in a sense that I think the people that knew about it just kept quiet because you can make a lot of money, obviously, if people think that it's hand-drawn art, for example. And then now everyone's using it. I mean, literally all the artists are using
there's been a
AI.
massive push to like...
It doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter?
Whatever push they're doing, doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? Okay.
To phase out AI, I'm guessing.
not
Because
to phase out AI, but not to accept... Because I think people were...
they're going to be mad.
No, people were trying to push forward AI-generated art as like their art, like as art. And I don't know, somebody's come out, like it's an actual organisation that judges, I don't know who. Somebody comes out and they're like, no, that's not art because it's not done by a human. And so people are like, well, it's art. Like,
It's
no,
representation of what you've told it, which is technically art.
I don't know. And they're like, no, it's not art because it's not done by a person.
Pretty much like a lot of anime now is done by AI.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a lot of anime is like being done by AI because they can do it so much quicker. Whereas in the past they had to do frame by frame, and it took like something like 16 hours to do one frame.